Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Rinse and Repeat podcast. Turn up the volume. It's time to rinse off the BS and repeat what's real. I'm your host, Marcy Manna, and thank you so much for joining us. Some stylists build loud brands while others build lasting ones. Today's guest is someone whose work speaks before he ever does. From starting in makeup and skincare in New York to rebuilding his life and career in Florida to becoming a trusted color and extension specialist in Jacksonville Beach, Marcello is the definition of intentional growth. Marcello, welcome to Rinse and Repeat.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be here.
Awesome. We're so excited to have you.
I
So
know, me
I know that
too.
you had a little travel in woes yesterday, so we really do appreciate you being here. It's never fun when you have travel delays.
No, girl, no.
So moving from New York to Florida, that's a big shift. Like what really pushed you to make that and pick Florida? Was it just because you did kind of have a few friends down there or did you even know anybody at all?
No, I only knew like two people,
Okay.
and my parents had just separated, and I said, "Mom, let's do what's best for us." Brought her with me,
Okay,
moved
so
us
your
down
mom came
here.
with you.
hmm
Nice. That's always easier.
It was nice. I had her, but other than that, I only knew two people through social media,
Mhm.
and I'm happy I trusted them because now look at where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. So you went to school at Paul Mitchell, right, in
Yes.
Jacksonville. What was that season like for you mentally and even financially? Because we all know hair school is pretty dang hard when you're in it.
Oh yeah. I uh, I was pushing, fighting, and struggling, girl.
As we all are.
Literally, no car,
Yeah.
was getting a ride or Ubering to school, would get home, walk from my house to work, and work after school till like 11 o'clock at night, wake up 8 a.m., do it all over
Mhm.
again, 5,
Mhm.
6 days a week.
Yeah. It really is almost like you're working for free when you're going to hair school. You kind of get to that point, you know. So you graduate hair school. Now let's talk about building a clientele from scratch. What did that really require from you?
Dedication,
Mhm.
consistency, and failing.
Yeah. So describe failing. What did that look like?
Trial and error, but like a lot of like aha moments.
Hmm. Yep. You're very community rooted. How intentional was that in growing your business?
I feel like being a part of a community that's going to support you is most important because like we're all in this together. There's enough heads to go around. We should be able to uplift each other and support each other in person, behind the scenes, however that looks,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
And I feel like that's very important. And I wanted to support people so I can hopefully get that in return.
So being in a new state, not really knowing anybody, how did you actually like market that? How did you bring that to life?
Social media and trying to study, I guess, the people that were doing what I wanted to emulate.
While building your clientele, was there a breakthrough moment? Like, man, this is really working and it's getting people in my chair?
Yes. The more I explained the background of education and like taking courses to my guests and explained like how much money and how much time and effort and dedication goes into the courses that you take outside of the salon
Hmm.
to be able to offer these services.
Hmm.
And I feel like that really changed it because then they had one, more respect for what I'm doing, but two, they understood the pricing and the time and they understood the
Yeah.
actual appointment more.
Yeah. What do you think clients feel when they sit in your chair that keeps them coming back?
Like they had fun.
Yeah, I can see that. So, what do you do that's fun that other people don't do?
I feel like I keep it real. Like I feel like there's a professional but also friendly kind of relationship I have with all my clients where we can talk about personal on their end or my end and have that mutual respect for each other, but I can also perform the service as a professional without doing a little bit of the oversharing thing that I used to do when I was a baby stylist.
You describe yourself as a perfectionist. When did you realize that you are that?
When I was little and I would be like drawing and I would like mess up like one little line and I would rip the paper up and throw it out and start over again.
Yeah, I'm totally the opposite of that. I'm not at all a perfectionist. I know being in this industry, but I feel like you're either one way or the other, you
Mhm.
know? And it's like I'm a bigger picture person. I don't really focus on details. So, it's just interesting because everybody has their own personality and being in this industry, I feel like you're either one or the other. You're really one-sided or you're really creative. How do you balance perfectionism without burning out?
I don't necessarily have like a I guess like a way to navigate it. I feel like there's seasons. So like sometimes I might feel like I'm so close to burning out and then reflecting on why and what's been going on in that season of time, whether it be a week, 1 month, to see like how I'm burning out and then avoiding that coming up
Mhm, mhm. Why is continued education so important to you even now?
because you can never like stop learning. Nobody's too old, too good, too smart,
Yeah.
too followed to get like more information
Well,
that better
yeah,
services their
exactly.
guests.
And I mean, our industry is forever changing. I feel like if you're not up with the trends, I mean, that's going to be a problem, right? It's like everything changes every single season, and there's always some new technique or new style or new cut or color or whatever, and you have to be on the trend. What are some trends out there right now that you're kind of seeing that you're really into, or maybe some ones that you hate?
Well, I can tell you what I hate
Yes,
really
let's start with
quick.
that.
Tinsel. I am not a fan of hair tinsel.
What? Sometimes it's cute.
So it's cute.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have been loving the slick backs with the front out, and it's more of like a slick back bun updo thing, but it's also messy up here, but clean hair, and they take the pieces out.
The pieces out. You
Yes,
know,
I've been
that's from my
obsessed with it.
era, like from the '90s and
Oh
early
yeah,
2000s. We always had 2 pieces, like, out of every single thing. I can't believe that's coming back, but it totally is.
I love it, and like a little claw clip.
Love it, love it. You know, we've talked about your craft and your journey, but I also wanna talk about what you've built online because at Hand Tied by Him isn't just content, it's your brand, right?
Mhm.
So when did you start taking your online presence seriously? Like, not just posting, but intentionally building that brand?
When I started to really figure out my idea of how I wanna be perceived on social media as a business professional.
Mhm. What does the name mean to you?
Hand tied by him, so I'm the him, but the hand tied part is just, like, the method of extensions that I really wanted to dive into, and I felt like it would brand myself really well in the area because I wasn't doing extensions at the time, but no one else in my area besides one person was offering hand tied extensions,
Mhm.
and I would have been the only boy, so that's why I said hand
Oh,
tied by
yeah.
him.
Yeah. I love that. Do you feel like having hand tied in there, does that limit you to what people think that you can do extension wise?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you kind of get over that?
I feel like I've been trying to keep what I like to do on social media, but then in person or within consultations, that's when I kinda offer the other ranges where I'm like, my most popular and most requested method is the hand-tied
Mhm.
method,
Mhm.
but I do offer other options.
Yeah. Was there a moment that you realized that your page was becoming more than just your portfolio?
Yeah.
And when was that?
When I had people reaching out to me asking, like, why I'm doing it instead of, like, what I'm using, because it's easy to just do a pretty color or tone or whatever,
Mhm.
but, like, when people are like, "Oh, why do you do that like that?" Or, "Why do you stitch like that?" Or, "Why do you
Mhm.
bead like that?" That's when I was like, "Okay, people are, like, getting it."
Yeah, they're paying attention. So what is it about hand-tied extensions that you really love that that was what you decided that you wanted to specialize in?
I loved the immediate transformation,
Mhm.
instant results.
Yes, it is. And, you know, you mentioned that you're kind of the only one in your area. Why do you think that is?
I feel like it was because at the time, it wasn't really necessarily mainstream in the area. The area I'm in normally did a lot of like tape-in extensions or the
Mhm.
keratin bond extensions.
Mhm.
Um, then when I was referred to take an extension course, I like fell in love with the idea and did all my research. And then I noticed being the only guy that would be offering it in the area of like 150 miles, I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to specialize in.
You know what's interesting too is I noticed that Florida is kind of behind in the times as much as you wouldn't think that it is. I do agree that extensions kind of were brought in a little bit later, especially hand-tied extensions or sewn method extensions. Do you have any creators that you that inspire you or that you look up to?
Oh, definitely.
What are they?
So, um, number one, Johnny Ramirez. He's a New York. Miami and LA based stylist. He's been around for such a long time. Um, he is so talented. His colors always look so like effortless and
Mhm.
healthy, and his skill set is awesome, and his business method is so awesome, and such a good business model. And he is such an incredible stylist and business owner, and I look up to him so much.
Mhm. Who else?
Um, a friend of mine actually that I met through social media, I kind of look up to him because he has grown so much. His work is amazing. His content is like through the roof.
Mhm.
His name is Nick Morales.
Oh, yeah.
He is so, so good at hair. Um, yeah, and we kind of just became like Insta friends. So, and another one would be Taya. I don't want to butcher her last name, but like Taya.hair.
Yeah.
Same thing. We became like Instagram friendly and supported each other, and I've watched her blow up, and I'm so proud of her. She's a Canadian stylist who does the prettiest effortless colors, and her content, same thing, amazing. So I totally look up to those three.
Yeah, nice. How do you balance authenticity with curation online?
It's hard. It really
Mhm.
is hard. Like, there's no like way to do it for me. I feel like I really just try to like think hard. Like, do I want my visual presentation to be what this picture or this content or this post that I'm going to do? Does it like relate to my content, my brand, what I want to relay on the internet, you know?
How do you decide, like, what you are going to choose to put out there and what you're not going to? Like, do all of your clients, when they come in, do they know, like, okay, he might pick me and I might be asked to do something crazy? Because I used to work next to you, if you remember,
Oh my God,
and
yes.
the
I totally
conversations
forgot.
and the things that you make your guests do sometimes for content is absurd. So, who's lucky and how do you pick what you're going to be doing that day?
Well, because I have that like professional but friendly
Mhm.
relationship with some of my guests, I know who I can text the week of and be like, here's my idea, XYZ. And then I know who I'm not going to put a camera in front of their face and who's going to say no. But I try to like look at my book and I'll kind of like make a note on the appointment of like the idea of what content I want to film with them and offer the idea before they come in, because if they say no or if they're like, "Oh, I can," or whatever,
Mhm.
then I can kinda find someone else.
Is it based upon transformation or is it based upon their personalities usually?
Both, like, obviously, like, I have some clients who are, like, older, who get a base color and a haircut, who are like, "Please don't put the camera in front of my face," but they're so funny and I wish I could record them.
Yeah.
And then I have, like, the younger girl who comes in for her services that's, like, posing, doing her thing, and I'm like, I'm not recording you.
Yeah.
I don't even have, like, a camera up yet, we're just taking a before picture,
Yeah,
like
they kinda know to go into that mode of
mhm.
content
So some girls
creation.
know how to do it, and then
Yeah.
some girls are not comfortable with it.
When you are creating content, like, what matters to you the most? Is it gonna be education, aesthetics, connection, or just consistency with what you are trying to have your brand be?
I feel like before let me, like, break this down in kinda like a timeline.
Okay,
So,
that'd be
I
great.
feel like when I started like, the industry, I feel like it was, like, throw up your content, like, bleh, like,
Yeah.
it needs to be every day, 4 or 5 times a day, like, people need to see what you're doing. Versus as I grew in the industry, made more connections, took more education, and, like, learned how we have to be a part of the social media realm now in this day. I mean, it
Mhm.
sucks for some people. I love it, but it's part of our job now.
Yeah.
So once you kind of like tap into that and figure out like, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to be seen as, this is what I want to do. That's when I started to become a little bit more intentional where I'm like, okay, if you hate
Mhm.
doing short haircuts, do you post
That's
three
me.
bobs a month? Versus like, if you only want to do extensions, like, I might do 10 full foils this week and 1 move up, but I'm posting the move up.
Mhm.
And once I started to think like that, then it started to make sense where, like, my, coworkers would even be like, "Okay, that kinda makes sense, like, I see what you're saying." And then when people online started to do the same thing, I was like, "Okay, this is working. This is how this is how you can market yourself as a professional business and kinda have a brand
Mhm.
without being too, like, every single picture looks the same."
Is there anything that you tried and it, like, flopped or didn't work?
Yeah, I feel like the short videos, like
Oh, really?
yeah, like, every time I would do, like, a before and after where it's, like, a before video from behind and then you like swipe away and go back and it's like the after and it's like 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
They don't really do well. But then like anytime I'm like in the video myself for some reason or like
Mhm.
talking or behind the chair, it does way better.
Well, also I think your consultation videos, because you do a lot of those as well. And I think that people love, hearing well, I mean, how to carry on a conversation, but I think there's a lot of people in our industry that don't know how to like get to the professional recommendation part. And so I think it is, people relate to that. What do you think has helped you grow steadily instead of burnout online?
I feel like
Probably just like consistency, maybe like the consistent in your posting, like that you do it.
no, because I feel like personally, I'm not as a consistent poster as I would like to be. Like, I don't consistently upload my content. I will sit on the couch Sunday, Monday when I'm off, and I will create 10, 12 pieces of content,
Mhm.
and they will sit there. Like, I don't know why. Like, you can pre schedule, you can do this, but then I'm like, I'm still kind of frustrated with some of the algorithm posting time guide references and stuff where people are like, you should post at 10 p.m. versus 9 a.m. and this day versus this day. So it's more like not being afraid of just like posting your work, but making sure, like I said, like it's intentional, it's on brand, and then you're not like just throwing up content.
So, what advice would you give stylists who feel pressure to perform online? Maybe they're new and they don't know what to post.
I feel like it always helps to find someone that you look up to
Mhm.
or someone's page, business, content that you really want to emulate. And then once you do, it's not really copy them, but it's take inspiration. So if you notice that, their lighting is a little lower or they're only posting blondes or whatever their niche is and you like it, you can tie it in without doing the exact same copy and paste that they're doing on their
Mhm.
page and not being afraid to wait to post. Like you don't have to post 3, 4, 5 times a day for Instagram or for getting followers, you don't need to post like every single day, 24 hours a day.
Mhm.
It's more about like being intentional. Like I post maybe twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. It could be a video, it could be 3 pictures. I just feel like that's more intentional and it gets my point across. And I feel like it'll get you the clients that you want in your chair versus just getting people to sit or getting followers. Cause it's really not about followers because
Mhm.
we do this for an income.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you wanna be a social media influencer and stuff, that's a whole different realm, but as far as balancing it as a new baby stylist, I feel like don't put pressure on yourself to post every day and overwork your social media and sit up, at home for 3 hours editing. It's like, take a day, make your content, post once or twice a week because it's good versus 6 times a week and it's, I coulda edited that
Yeah.
better, or I coulda did this better, or I don't really like doing haircuts, but I still need to post it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there any certain video for you that, or any certain type of content that always hits and people always like watch it?
The in-person, like, consultations or lately, for me, it's been close-ups of, extension work. So, like, stitch work, bead
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
sectioning, like, that has hit really well, and I've noticed the industry changing to more of, like, a technical Zoom
Yes.
video versus
I
doing,
agree.
like, a huge
Yeah.
video of,
And
like,
I think
everything.
like transformations are nice, but I do feel like that's kind of like out, or
Mhm.
that we kind of have grown from that. I feel like people do want more education, more advice, more support. And that's kind of what they're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Do you see education or mentorship in your future? Do you think that you'll ever get back into makeup or skincare?
Oh, okay. I have so many clients that ask me that where they're like, "What? You didn't tell me you do makeup? You've done my hair for like 5 years." And I'm like, because I don't want to do makeup anymore. I do miss it and I love doing my
Hmm.
own makeup and I love doing my friends or like a client for a picture. But offering services in skincare and makeup, no, I'm too loud, girl. I love to yap. I'm not doing a facial. I can't
Hmm.
shut my mouth. I literally would get
I
kicked
wouldn't
out
be
of the
able to
aesthetics room in
either.
school. They would be like, "Shh, Marcello, be quiet. You're doing a facial." I'm like, sorry. Like, that's not me.
That's
And
not
then the
me either.
makeup was fun, but for me, it wasn't like the business I wanted to go into. So no, probably not.
Yeah. Hair takes a lot out of you, like mentally, physically, emotionally. So I want people to know who you are when you're not behind the chair, right? So, what does a perfect day off look like for you? Getting 7 brew, right?
Mhm. I wake up, well, I just moved into a new house,
I saw that. I saw
so
your porch.
ugh,
Looks
I love
great.
having a porch now.
Yeah.
Um, but it's nice, like, most of the time, I will wake up, take my dog on a walk, we go, like, all through the neighborhood, say hi to our neighbors, walk into town, grab a coffee, and maybe sit outside with him and work a little bit on, like, behind the scenes stuff, and then go work out, meal prep.
Yeah.
Um, but if it's a Friday or a Saturday night, then, maybe just, like, go to a bar, lounge, get some cocktails, um, go home, do skincare, put my heated blanket on and get in bed and put on, like, Wicked or
Yeah. Is your new
Real
place by the
Housewives.
beach too?
No, it's
No?
not. I actually live in town now, so I live, like, down towards Jacksonville versus Jacksonville Beach.
Yeah.
Because I was at the beach for, like,
Really? Yeah.
5.5 years, and I loved it. It just, like, wasn't who I feel like I am anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of, like, searching, changing, finding, growing in the past, like, 6 months,
Mhm.
and I feel like not only moving, but, like, everything that's happened has, like, really been a good progression, and I felt like this was another thing where I'm like, "Why not? Go try it,
Yeah,
and you can always move out."
for sure. Yeah. How do you think that you really have changed this year?
I definitely feel like I kinda stopped being so, like, sorry for myself,
Mhm.
like, throwing myself pity parties over, like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I kinda gave myself more accountability in, like, personal life, um, and just tried to take, like, life by the horns and just be like, "This is what it is, handle this, and grow from it,"
Mhm.
and I feel like certain situations this year have really pushed me to, like, a breaking point that I was like, "You can't let yourself get where you are now ever again, and
Mhm.
you have to, like, stop and create a way to, like, block that path and
Yeah.
just go this way." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, when you're uncomfortable, you're growing, you know? So
Exactly.
it's like you have to be able to push through that in order to be able to grow. And I always say, like, if you learned something out of a situation, then nobody could take away your experience. That's
That
life
part.
experience that you now have, because a lot of people gave me a hard time, moving back here, obviously, from Florida. And they're like, do you regret that? It's like, no, because of all of the opportunities that I have, all the people that I met, all of the things that I did. And, again, you learn from that, so it's like that is amazing. How do you reset when you're feeling like creativity drained?
Honestly, like, I will it sounds so bad, but I will literally off day, like, I'll be like, I feel like my content or whatever I'm doing, like, hasn't been where I want it to be, and I'm burning out or whatever, and my juices aren't flowing. I will literally go and do, like, a me day
Mhm.
and make myself feel, like, as good as I can.
I do those a little too much, I think.
I know, I used to do them all the time, but now I'm like, "Okay, reel it in this year, trying to be a little frugal." But, no, I will literally go, like, get myself a nice something, treat myself,
Mhm.
maybe get a facial, and take myself to dinner and plan a day like that day where I'm like, this is where you're gonna, you know, take this class and set up this content and do this and like make it about me and like make myself feel good for the day. And then
Mhm.
like after that's done, I'm like home and I'm like, I feel really good. My juices are flowing. I booked a class that I'm gonna go to. I set up 3 new pieces of content and it just helped me kind of avoid that.
Mhm. What brings you joy, like, the most outside of work?
My dog.
I know you do love your
My
dog.
dog. I love him, my Brooks.
Yeah, he is pretty cute. What kinda dog is he again?
He's a Labradoodle.
Yeah, he's adorable. He definitely is.
He is. That's my boy.
So, okay, we are going to play a rapid fire game. So don't overthink this. Okay. So, like, really quick, like, first answer only. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Starbucks, coffee order.
Oh, brown sugar shaken espresso.
Okay. Favorite snack,
Reese's Pieces.
favorite social media platform,
Oh, This is rapid fire. Instagram.
Okay.
Sorry. Instagram.
Had to really think about that one. Your go-to pump up song.
Lately, Desire by Max something. It's like a house music song.
Early mornings or late nights?
Early morning.
Music while working or silence?
Music all day.
One non-hair thing people would be surprised to know about you.
Oh, that I can tumble. I can flip.
Really?
Girl, I can flip.
I've seen you do the splits on
You di
stage
Oh,
at the
yeah,
Chicago show.
and the back handsprings where I almost back handspringed into you.
Oh, yeah. I did see back handsprings, but I don't know about backflips. I don't think I've seen a backflip.
I'm gonna have to show you some
Yeah, I think
tricks.
we are gonna have to do this. First thing you do when you wake up.
Wash my face.
Last thing you do before bed.
Hit my vape.
Planner or wing it?
Both.
Messy space or clean space?
Messy.
What's always in your bag?
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, that's a good one. What's a comfortable show you could rewatch over and over?
Show, probably Stranger Things.
Mm. Ideal bedtime.
10 PM.
One thing your home must have.
Candles.
Podcasts or playlists?
Podcast.
Favorite season?
Fall.
Weekend trip or long vacation?
Weekend trip.
Favorite place you've been?
Seattle.
Hmm, I've never been there. Hotel or Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Small circle or big circle?
Small.
Deep talks or light banter?
Deep talks.
Texting or calling?
Call.
Biggest green flag?
Smiling all the time.
Biggest red flag?
Not talking.
Do you open up easily?
Yeah.
Loyalty or honesty?
Loyalty.
Favorite non work hobby?
Um, Walking my dog.
Your dog?
My
I
dog.
can hear your New York accent. Wait, why do you have that? How long did you live in New York?
My entire life.
You did? Right up until
Mhm.
you moved to Florida?
Now I've been like southernized,
So,
but normally I grew up talking like this.
I was born in New Jersey,
Mhm.
and I did have that until I moved here and I lived here long enough. But I used to, every once in a while, it'll come out when I say,
Long enough.
yeah, coffee, dog,
Mhm.
daughter, right?
Daughter, walk, Dunkin',
Hmm.
coffee.
Hmm.
Come on.
And it also comes out when I'm mad and angry at my kids because I'll say, which one of yous did this, right?
Oh, that's how people get me where they're like, use.
Sorry, sidetracked. Something you're trying to get better at.
Consistency.
Overthinker or go with your gut?
Overthinker.
Do you trust yourself easily?
No.
One habit you're proud of.
Perfectionism or details.
One habit you're working on.
Perfectionism and details.
What fills your cup fastest?
Um, Making someone happy.
What drains you fastest?
Feeling used.
Success equals peace or progress?
Progress.
Money or freedom?
Freedom.
If life had a theme right now, what would it be?
Step on up to this. That's how it would be. Step on up to it. Whatever that may be, step on up to it.
Yeah, I love that. One word you hope people feel after meeting you.
Oh, I want them to be like, oh.
Oh. Okay, so since you and I obviously are friends and we work together and we know each other very well, you were texting me a couple weeks ago about a situation where you were like, "Oh my god, I don't even know if I'm going to do hair anymore." What the heck happened there?
I was in a predicament. So, I was working. I had 3 clients. I did my first one who ended up needing more time and more work than what she pre-booked,
Mhm.
but it worked out. And then as she was still there as my last guest was arriving and was totally fine, like, hanging out, the last guest was very needed to be catered to, we'll just say that.
Mhm.
And I can do that, but I also, like, want you to respect me, like, you can't treat me like dog shit and be,
Yeah.
like, asking for
Mhm.
the world, so She waited about 5 minutes, had her coffee ready, you know, she gets her consultation, everything's right. My dumbass suggests, "Okay, let's just take your base color and brush it through as a low light." Okay. Now she's hung up and obsessed with that idea, right?
Okay.
And had already been booked for 3 services and asked for 3 additional. And I'm like, "I could probably do 1 or 2, but let's
Mhm.
make it work." Then I'm like, "Okay." Stepped away, completed my first client that was still there, walked back and was like, "I don't think I can do that because of the timing, like, it won't work out.
Yeah.
So I can, like, continue doing that, or we can kinda just leave it how it is and then do that next time."
Yeah.
Freaked out. Stood up, cursing. There was, like, 4 stylists. They're still working, and I'm, like, in the middle of them, and I'm embarrassed because 'cause I'm like, I don't know any of these clients,
Yeah.
so, like, they're gonna think, like, I'm some shit show.
Yeah.
So she's bugging out, like, "You do this to me all the time. You set me up for a false expectation because you said you would do that, and now you're not doing it and blaming me," and
Oh,
screamed, and I
no.
was like, "Um,
So you've
okay."
had her before?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
she was recommended to me,
Okay.
because of that personality type, and I said, "Okay, why?" And they said, "'Cause you can handle those
Okay.
people," and I said, "I know, but, like, 'cause I don't care, like, just be respectful and I'll be respectful.
Yeah.
Like, it's your hair. Like, I'm not like, 'Oh, sorry, I didn't, like, finish showing your breast augmentation and your silicone slipped out.' Like, I forgot to brush your base color through. Like, let's get a grip.
Yeah.
People are dying."
Yeah.
And she screamed, whatever, made me uncomfortable. So I was like, "I'm done. Like, I'm done. We're gonna wash you out and I'm gonna put your low light in and then you can leave wet." And she was like, "No, I have to do pictures tonight. That's not gonna work." I said, "Okay. So then I'm gonna finish the services that you pre-booked and then you'll be good to go."
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, "Perfect. I can write her formula down, send her home, and say, like, I'm no longer rebooking you because you can't embarrass me and treat me like
Yeah.
that. Like, I've done your hair for over a year and it's fine every time." But then you're quick to say I always like, like it's
Yeah.
double-ended. So then we go wash her out, do her finishing of the gloss, and I go to the back, and it's like a movie. Like, once I finished applying the gloss, I actually went to my station, grabbed everything off of it.
Mhm.
I grabbed everything off of it like that, walked out to my car, threw it in the back, went to my locker, throwing it into my car. I'm done. And then, like, one of my coworkers is like, What is happening? What's going on?" In the break room, just sitting there. And I said, "I'm done." And she's like, "Oh, you're like quitting?" And I was like, "Mhm." And she's like, "Why? Why? Why?" And I said, "Oh, no, I'm done. I'm not doing hair.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going into the Navy. I can't do this anymore." I'd also had
The
like a
Navy?
really, yes, it was
That's
always
a
like a little dream. I'm like,
that
"Oh
is
my
a
God, that'd be so fun. Get like buff."
no, that is a huge
Little
difference.
me, I'm ADHD, I'll be up at the front line, saving the country.
No.
But I was like, "Whatever, I'm not." I'm like, spiraling because 'cause I'm like, "This is, like, just what I needed on the like, nail on the head." Like, I'm moving, I'm supposed to go to New York. I, like, have so much going on, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Girl, take a breath." Like, if she would've just been like, "Okay, you know what? Like, it's really busy, it's holiday season, like, I can totally, totally wait till next time," I would have been like, "Honestly, I have a spot next week where I could just do it, and we'll give you a complimentary blowout with an
Mhm.
assistant because of not being able to do it." Like, I feel really bad. But she didn't. She behaved
Yeah.
like a banshee. So I was like, "Let's wash you out and you can go." And then when I put the gloss on, came back, washed it out, I was like, "Let me give you a complimentary treatment." Walked into the back, and then one of the salon owners was talking me off the ledge a little bit. And then, like, I walked back out to rinse out the treatment, and she's gone. I find her talking so poorly and slurring about me, and yeah, it was not pretty. That she is no longer allowed back because of
Really?
that. Yeah, and I, like, really will say, like, if I didn't have, like, a support system like that where,
Yeah.
like, you can really just, like, depend on your salon owners, like, having your back where it's like,
Yeah.
"We see the situation, we got you," and they stand up for you, that's where it's like, "I really don't need to leave the industry, you're being dramatic, like, take a breath
Yeah.
and grow up." And I did, but that was, like, a situation that, like, I'm not proud of and, like, I failed at where I'm like, I shoulda just been like, "Okay, sorry, did it." And I told them, like, that's what I was gonna do, but they said no. They didn't let me finish it. They were like, "You need to handle this,
Mhm.
take your mental break, and we'll figure it out from there because you're not like wrong. Because if someone was treating me the way that she was doing that
Yeah.
in the middle of the salon,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I wouldn't have been doing her hair either,
Yeah.
again. So that was like one of the scariest, but like craziest spirals I've ever had doing
Is that
hair.
the worst client you've ever had?
No,
What's the worst one?
there's like two. That's like one, it was like a year, not even like a year into doing hair. And where I had worked with this person, they like set me up with like someone who they mutually knew but did not know. And she had black underneath her hair and was 10 blonde to her occipital.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I was a baby stylist. Also, like the pricing, like I was charging like I think 250 for like a platinum card, like everything.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then didn't understand that I was like, "We're getting rid of this. You're going all blonde." Yeah, we do it. It takes like 6.5 hours or whatever, 7 hours because I'm like baby stylist. And she goes to pay, and I was like, "Okay, additional bowl was like 25, so it's like 275." And she was like, "I'm not paying that." And I was like, "What?" And it's just me and her in the salon. It's
Oh,
like
no.
7:30, nobody else is there.
Oh, no.
It was so scary. She, like, was, like, shaking, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" And she went to her purse and, like, took these pills, and then was,
Oh,
like, on the phone
gosh.
pacing, like and I was like, "What is going on?" So I called, the person who owned the salon and told them, and then they were like, "Oh, hold on, stay on the phone," and then, like, called her with me on the phone in the break room and was like, "Hi, what's going on?" And she was, like, on something and spiraling,
Oh,
and it was
no.
just scary, and then, like, the salon owner came and, like, talked her off the ledge and was like, "You don't have to pay, just come back and we, can, like, talk about the price because it's already 8:30 now and you've been here an hour after, he's finished, like,
Yeah.
come back tomorrow and we'll pay for it," and then she was like, "I'm not paying at all," and then, like, came back, like, a couple weeks later with the person who owns the salon and stayed with her, thank God, but, like, that
Oh,
was the probably
Lord.
worst client I've ever had 'cause as imagine being, like, a couple months in or whatever, and you get handed not only a platinum card, but it's you and that person only.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
Because 'Cause I'm like, "I don't know how to handle this."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Go, just leave, I don't care if you pay."
Well, you weren't at the salon at the time when this happened, but did you hear about, like, my atrocious Google review that happened at the salon? Like,
Oh my god,
2
yes.
I think I was there for maybe, like, a month, and I felt so bad because I think I gave them this horrible Google review. But in my defense, if there is one, it's that they knew, and I'm very open that I hate hair cutting, like, I'm very open about that, but anyways, that girl came in, she had, probably, like, collarbone, shoulder length hair, and she showed me this picture, and it was more I'd say, like, just below her chin. It was, like, in between, touching your shoulder and your chin, right? So, like, in that sweet spot. And I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a conservative stylist. So like if you say you want it to your chin, like it's going to your chin. I'm not one of those that's like I don't waste time. Like you show me the photo and that's where it's going, right? So anyways, I cut it and I will admit it might have been like maybe like 3/4 of an inch shorter than the photo that she showed, but um anyways, instead of saying something, she went and wrote that atrocious, like, Google review against the salon and then, called and complained, and then the owner fixed it by trying to add in hair extensions, but it was funny because then it just kinda escalated from there, but she got her whole family to go in and start doing all of that, and, like, it made me sick, and it made me realize that how quickly, like, people run to social media, and just Google review the shit out of you, right? Like, we
Mhm.
have to be terrified of those days now. That's the first time that had ever happened to me, and then, of course, I was, like, new to the salon, so I was like, "Oh my god, this is so embarrassing." But live and learn. So have you ever had anybody write a bad Google review on you?
Yeah, yes. Let me sit up for this one. So, mine was that, like, I'm, like, a used car salesman, and I was like no, girl, it
That
was
was the verbiage
crazy.
that they used?
Mhm. And that I don't know how to I don't know how to like tell someone what they need. I'm just a used car salesman, and I got them to do um, the base color, even though they just needed a gloss. And then she felt scammed because she had to pay like an additional like $60. This was when I first started working, and I was like, "What? Like I'm scammed?" But then same thing, like had family and friends like
Yeah,
commenting
that's
under
the
the
worst.
business.
Yeah.
Um, or like this girl in hair school when I had like been assisting at the salon I was gonna work at and like I was about to graduate. And there was this one girl who I was friendly with, and we like had a falling out. Um, and then she like went on the salon that I was gonna work for's page and like left like an anonymous review, and then like a bunch of her friends did, and then like I explained that situation to the salon owner, who then like had it investigated and
Mhm.
everything, and then like reached out to them and was like, we're gonna, handle this. And then they did take it down. But like that was more just like I didn't do anything, but we had like personal
Yeah.
beef. We were like, what, 21 years old? Like,
Mhm.
I don't like you, I don't like you." And
Mhm.
she's like, let me go on his business he's gonna work at. Like,
Mhm.
that was crazy, but that was like really crazy.
Well, what sucks about it is that they're there permanently unless
I
they
know,
decide to
literally,
take them
unless
down.
they
Like,
take
you
them
can't
down.
do anything about it. So I think if you even still look it up, like, you could find it
Probably.
still. It's oh god, it's just so freaking embarrassing.
I know.
I hated that.
What was what was your thought when you were like, Marcello's coming today?
Well, I was so excited
Okay,
because you're
good.
my bestie from Florida.
I know.
I know I miss you.
I know, I miss you. I'm like, maybe I can come out here once in a while, but I need to come in the
For
spring.
what? Yeah, you don't
I
wanna come
know.
now.
I want to
Actually,
come
today
here
is not that bad out, but mhm,
to you.
mhm. No, I know.
No, it's not that bad. I loved that I got to wear a scarf again because I bought like a bunch of stuff for New York that I didn't get to wear, that I'm like, ooh, I can wear this scarf. I can wear this
Although I did
jacket.
hear it's supposed to be in the 20s for you guys, I think, like, next week.
Right, I was
Mhm,
telling them when I got picked up, I was like, "Oh my god," like, it was like 40 degrees or 49 degrees or something this morning, and then it's
mhm,
gonna go down to like 30, and I'm like,
mhm.
"What is going on with it? What is it called? Not geographic. What? It's a blonde moment. What is it when the icebergs melt? Do you know what I'm talking about? What is it? Global warming.
Oh,
Is that
oh,
why?
oh,
Is
you
that why Florida's freezing? Global warming, or is that would it
I
make it
think that
hot?
would be the opposite, wouldn't it?
I don't. I do hair.
Yeah.
So, no, I was just curious because I'm like, it is really, really cold.
So, obviously, 2026, we just rolled into another year. Like, what is going to be your next thing? What's on the agenda for you? What's your future look like?
My future, 2026, I really want to make my mood board like happen for real because I did it in 2023.
Mhm.
Um, I did it in 2024, and then I did it again in 2025 and never stuck to it.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, 2025 was not as good. Why? It's because I didn't, like, follow the mood board. I
So,
didn't
what
stick
kind
to
of
it.
things are on your mood board for this
Thank you
year?
for asking. So, no, I was just telling you the process. So, for me, on my mood board is definitely gonna be, like, luxury and kind of a different aesthetic. I wanna step into, like, my business and, like, visual presentation changing, because I feel like internally I've changed and want to just give off like a different new era of like who I've become and who I'm stepping into and the type of clientele that I want, and the stuff I like to do and the image I want to portray. I feel like that's a big one. But those are like on there, like that old, like your vibe, like this
Yeah.
old money look. Like I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And then for me, as far as like clientele, I really just want to hone in on doing more extension specialty work, as far as like maybe color classes on
Hmm.
extensions and doing like work that way in the
Hmm.
industry versus like, because I don't want to teach all the time and I don't want to be like a teacher, but I do want to like share what I like to do and know.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, are you still wanting? Because I know that you were, right? Like, you had even some kind of like education that you had started. Are you wanting to branch more into that?
Yes. So I like that side of the education because I feel like I can share without being like, this is right and this is wrong,
Hmm.
because there's more than one way to cook a chicken, I always say.
Mhm.
So I
For
feel
sure.
like if I can tap into that realm of education being maybe like relatable, but also inspiring, I feel like that's kind of what I want to portray. And like I said, focus on like weft color maintenance and weft color appointments because it's the easiest way to make more money while your clients are sitting there getting color done.
Mhm. Well, and two, I kind of feel like a lot of people need help even knowing how to color extensions, and things like that. So that
Yeah,
might be something
I get
good
that a
to,
lot
yeah.
when people are like, I don't even know where to start.
Mhm.
So I really do want to tap into that a little bit more and get my feet grounded in that.
Mhm. Well, before we wrap up, I do have one final question for you. So, if someone is discovering you for the first time through your work or your content, what do you hope that they understand about you beyond the hair?
That at the end of the day, I like to be creative and loyal and fun and professional, and that I want, people to just be happy when they're around me, whether they're a friend, a client, more than a client. I want, you know, everybody to just know that I'm who I am, and I'm like, sorry, not sorry about it, but it's more this year. I just want people to perceive me as like he's professional, he's
Mhm.
educated, he's funny and relatable, but he's not like stuffy. Like I don't want people to come in and have to like be nervous. Like we're cool. I'm still the professional, but we can talk about whatever and people take me seriously,
Yeah. Amen to that.
right? Uh,
All right, everyone. Well, that is officially another rinse. Now go and repeat it where it matters.